Hello everyone and welcome to another card video. Today we're playing with my goodies that I picked up from my Coloring Challenge road trip haul. I got a lot of stuff, but this is just a couple things that I'm playing with from Neat and Tangled. It's a Neat and Tangled Christmas pageant and their Tree Duo stencil set. So I'm taking some Distress Oxide in Iced Spruce and I'm creating my ground on my background. I wanted to put all the kids on this card, so of course I'm making it a slightly longer card to fit into a business envelope. I'm taking the Tree Duo and Twisted Citron and Cracked Pistachio, and I'm just blending away on these trees. The Cracked Pistachio, I just made like a little on one side and blended it out with the Twisted Citron, so it created a brighter green. I don't have Lucky Clover. I really need to order some more inks, of course. So I'm just moving this stencil, and there's two so that you can make like a forest, and it makes it really simple. You don't have to worry about where to place the trees, so you just kind of put it down and ink your trees. So I did it two ways. I did where all the trees were sort of on the same plane, and then one where they are not. So it depends on what you like. I'm just doing some Copic coloring. I was truly inspired when I went to the Queen's Ink this past weekend and got to craft with a lot of crafty ladies, and so I couldn't wait to come home and color. So I'm just using some Copic markers. This is stamped on Neenah, a 110-pound cardstock with Memento Tuxedo black ink. My card base is Simon Says Stamp Fog, and then the card panel that I was just blending on is Bristol Smooth White cardstock by Strathmore. So all of the Copic markers will be listed in a Copic color map that I'll have with this blog post. Nothing super fancy. I'm not a great colorist, so I just really enjoy coloring. It's fun for me, and I would love to learn how to do hair. Yeah. So I'm taking this Faber-Castell Gold Faber colored pencil that I can't find anywhere online. So if you find it online, you let me know, but I bought it at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just using I think it's a cool gray. It will also be listed below, and I'm using it to blend, or to shade rather, in the darkest areas. So like right where her arm meets the tree, or right where the folds of the scarf connect to each other, those types of areas. So it's nothing super fancy. I don't know how to do light source. I can't remember that stuff. I know I took an art class in college, but yeah, that was a really long time ago. So, and I try to learn online. There are tons of classes that I wish I had time to take, and hopefully in 2018 I'll be able to get to do some of that. But this is super simple, 3 color blends that I'm using here. Where capable, like sometimes it's such a small area that you really don't have enough room. But this pencil, where you go in and you kind of add deeper contrast in the shadowy areas, that was really fun. I really liked that. Of course, the daily marker, Kathy, she kind of told us that tip this weekend, and so I'm putting it to use. So I'm stamping my sentiment in VersaFine Onyx Black, and I make a creepy mess with this stuff all the time. And when you're stamping on the Bristol, you need to give it some time to dry, which I got fingerprints all over my card. I had to do some surgery to try to help my card with like some mono sand eraser to get some of the smudges off. I'm stamping the sub-sentiment in VersaMark ink and white heat embossing with the Hero Arts Ultra Fine Embossing Powder, and heat setting that. This is Lawn Fawn Black Licorice cardstock that I'm using. And I'm trying real hard to get these sentiments straight, people. I am not doing a great job. Like, it looks straight, but then I put it on the card and I'm like, it is not straight. So I need to practice that. technique. Straight sentiments in 2018. That's my New Year's resolution. So in the stamp set, it comes with a little like dotted line to make these snowflakes and stars being hung from the ceiling, just like a regular elementary school Christmas pageant. So I'm trying to align it on my Misty. This was a pain. This was not fun, y'all. But I'm stamping it in Distress Oxide Ice Spruce to match the card color combo, I guess. And I'm just inking it in various lengths to add some interest to the card. I say that I didn't like it because it was just more difficult. I made it more difficult than it needed to be. So, of course, I'm sure there's an easier way. But I popped up my images with some Scotch 3M foam tape, and that's it. That's my card. I didn't add anything. I added some Jelly Roll pen to the highlights and a little bit of black glaze pen to the eyes. But that's it. I hope you enjoyed my card. This card tripped me up a little bit photographing it because it's much longer than I'm used to. So I had to like play around with my little setup here, but I think I got some good shots for you to look at. But that's it. I'll see you guys next time. I am on my way to the Coloring Challenge road trip. So I'm not sure how the audio is going to turn out because it's my cell phone and this Jeep is really loud, but so the Queen's Ink is in Savage, Maryland, and that's where we're going. That's where the Daily Markers, Kathy Racusen's 30-day Coloring Challenge road trip is today. And I believe Neenah Tangled is going to be there. So excited. But if you're in the Maryland, DC, Virginia type area, it's an awesome store. It's called the Queen's Ink, and the owner is like a mixed media type artist, so they have a lot of that kind of stuff, a lot of Ranger products, but it's really cool. It's a great place. Savage, Old Town Savage is like this great like historic building. I'll show you pictures when I get there, but it's really cool. It's a great place to come and visit if you're in the area. So just remember the Queen's Ink. It looks so cute. Look at that. And that's the Queen's Ink. And this building is all a historic Savage mill. And there's antique shops and restaurants, and it's really awesome. It's if you like to take photographs, it's a great place to come and take pictures.